You voted and we listened. Today we're going to be talking about commissioning art and how it's weird. Yeah, that's right. It's weird. No, some of you may be wondering, who commissions art these days? Except from royalty and politicians who want an oil painting of themselves in their living room whilst they text underage girls, or very pretentious people who must have an abstract piece in their living room to take away from the fact that they have no personality. Well, I'll tell you who. The people who watch my videos. No, it's no surprise that some of you are furries. You know, just a suspicion I have. And a lot of you will also have favourite characters from fictional media that you enjoy art of, or possibly make art of yourself, or have anime characters you like, you know, things along those lines. These are the people you will most commonly find getting commissions and opening commissions for other people to buy from, because they're artists and they like the wonderful communities and media that the internet has given light to over the years. Okay, yeah, that's cool and all, but why is it weird? Well, it's not really socially acceptable to hide artists in your loft space, providing them with food and clothing, and then paying them on the side just to create little masterpieces for you, like some sort of gremlin. People want art these days to capture an image, or to simply fill that dopamine up. You know how it be these days. We're all kind of depressed. So instead we turn to the wonderful artists online who are able to give us art, in exchange of course for goods and services, from the comforts of our desk. And we all know that you don't really leave your room much, so that's just perfect. So how is it weird in any way? That sounds amazing, right? Right? Well, the people you're dealing with online, artists specifically, are still people. And if they're members of certain communities, furry communities, there may unfortunately be some lingering undertones to how they go about commissioning you or dealing with your commission. Now, I don't want to shit on the community, as I've seemed to have done that a lot and I get hate comments for it. However, there is still some weird things that come about from commissioning people, regardless of what community you're in. I'm mostly going to be focusing on the furry and the adopts communities online, which I'm sure you're familiar with the furry community, God help us. And the adopts community is specifically people who create character concepts and designs with the intention to sell them or trade them on. As mentioned before, I'm no stranger to being commissioned and commissioning other people. This isn't my first rodeo, and it will certainly not be my last. For the past 2 years, I've really been getting into commissioning artists to draw stuff for me. But I've also been open to being commissioned myself for a lot longer. Over those last 2 years, I have been paying people in real currencies and app-based currencies for commissions. More so the former in the past year. Prior to this, it was just app currencies. That's because I feel like people can do more with cash than DeviantArt points, you know. DeviantArt points aren't going to pay for food, so I prefer paying people in cash. Also because I have a lot more disposable income now. Yay, the joys of being employed. So when I'm commissioning people, especially for real life currencies, I expect a service and a product that meets my expectations. And I know now not to put those expectations too high, but still, some of the basic things that people just can't get across to you, the customer, or that the customer is just physically unable to get across to the artist is actually shocking. I know I focus a lot on the negatives, but when they're bad, and I mean bad, it sticks with you and it lingers and it makes me not want to commission art. So what are these things that just come out of nowhere that absolutely grip me in such an odd way? Well, let's go through the commissioning process and I'll tell you exactly how. Let's say for this example, I want one of my characters drawn in a pose. The first step is finding someone to commission. Now let's say you're on Twitter, Fur Affinity, Toy House, any online site that artists sort of collectively post on. You find their account and you like the way they draw slime women, but the first thing you notice is that they post some very disgusting things, or are associated with very disgusting things. Oh boy, this has happened quite a few times to me, and you know what, I just hit that fat block button. I'm not dealing with that. But let's say they're not gross or weird or an absolute degenerate. You can go onto their posts and most profiles on most sites say when they're made. And then you find out that it's a brand new account and the artwork is stolen because you reverse Google searched it. Great. Okay, let's say they're actually legit. It's not a new account, it's got a reputable following, very low prices. A steal, a deal, one may say. So you go forward, you put in an inquiry to commission them, and then the finished product doesn't turn out anything like the original because they've priced it down low, And that example you saw was the highest quality piece of artwork they ever made, and then give you something that was absolutely rushed and then said it was reflected in the price. Straight off the bat, commissioning people and finding the people to commission is already a minefield of whether you're going to get a dodgy person or someone who's just so entitled that their commissioning process is so meticulous. For example, having really weird terms of service, or they're just very pretentious and only want money through a very, very specific and dodgy app that you've never heard of before. Even though you might just be a young furry who wants a picture of their persona, like an employer, you have to run background checks on these people. And that's just so tiring. I shouldn't have to go through someone's social media pages just to make sure they're not a nonce. Why? Why is that even a thing? Why do we have to do this? Every day is suffering. But hypothetically, you find a reputable artist who has no dodgy things and is flexible with their payment methods and just seems like a lovely person. What could possibly go wrong? From here on out, I'll be heavily leaning on my experiences. So, you pay someone for the art. What's next? You tell them what you want, then they don't respond. But let's say they do. Let's say they don't ghost you. You pay, you message them, and they draw a finished piece without any of your input and call it a day. It might be a good piece of artwork, or it may be shit. But since they provided the finished product, there is less legal issues on their side. They finished their side of the deal. But that wasn't what was agreed. Nah, I'm being too negative here. Let's assume that doesn't happen. Let's say you pay them, you tell them what you want, and they give you a final product which is close to what you wanted, but didn't give you the opportunity to change anything. See all that I just mentioned? Yeah, that's happened to me multiple times. Okay, you pay, you tell, they give you a sketch and you ask for a change, right? Something simple. They've said, do you want anything changed? You say, yeah, can you change this for me? Then they send you the finished thing without the change. Can you see where I am going here? So many fucking times have people just shat on me. Just visceral shit all over my ideas. When I tell you this, I want you to feel the searing pain in my body. Now, I'm an artist. I've only been doing furry stuff for 8 years now, so I can fix a lot of mistakes that people make in artwork that I just noticed because perfectionists never stop being perfectionists. But I shouldn't have to, for fuck's sake. And you shouldn't either. So how do you combat something like this? The best thing you can do as a customer is to be clear, be concise, and have clear references of your character or what you want. And if there turns out to be issues after you get the final piece, and you're unable to fix it yourself, it's always cool to know someone else who can. A good artist will update you all the way, and that's something I pride myself in. But as a commissioner and someone who commissions other people, you need to be clear. Highest quality, crystal clear. Make sure the artist and customer knows what's happening. Don't throw in the towel and let the artist take the easy route, just toss you aside like a stiff tissue. Of course, this might be over-dramatized or I'm just extremely unlucky, but this mostly happens with pieces that are drawn from the ground up, whether that be a character or a scene or both. But what about pre-made characters that communities such as the Adopts community make and sell to people? Surely you can't go wrong with that. You're literally just making payment and sending a character over. As an artist, this is what I want to continue doing the most, because most of the time I don't need to make changes, and if someone requests a little change, that's fine. If it's a big change, I might need to charge them more, it just depends. And expect the same for someone I'm buying from. But we all know from this video that isn't the case. Do you remember this video I made a little while back? I mentioned in it that I was currently getting scammed. Yeah, I did get scammed. The person just left me on red for 20 days and then blocked me. Lovely. As you can tell from the runtime of this video, buying pre-made characters is not simple either. It still has its downsides, and I think you should be aware of them if you're not already aware of them. Don't you just love it when your favourite artist makes a character that you're unable to purchase, but the new owner resells it immediately for a higher price? And no matter what the original artist does, they don't actually have legal powers to stop this, unless the character is protected by legalities such as copyright, which 99.9% of the time, a character isn't. They bought it, they're gonna do what they want with it, and in some ways I'm Like, yeah, that's fair enough. Why should the original artist stalk you to see what you're doing with your furry little dog character? It still is a little scummy. Now, in my experiences, this isn't too bad because the characters I want are typically less than $20, so the price usually doesn't go up too much. But oh boy, some people really add in a little bit of low quality art and slap an extra $50 on it, and motherfuckers buy it. I'll be honest, if I see a design I really want, I'm going to buy it. No matter if it's more expensive than the original piece, I want it. And other people want it too. And that's what these sellers know we're like. But in that case, I do try to see if the original artist can whip something up at the original price, so I'm supporting them and not this reseller. But unfortunately, they're typically not, because they mostly make pre-mades. It's about being lucky and having the money to buy these designer designs. Now, you also gotta watch out for those terms and conditions artists have. When you buy something, say a character, you have purchased that product. That is yours, but you did not create the design. I mean, you can still say that, but it's a bit of a scummy thing to do. You're not gonna get sued by the original artist if you change its design and in this terms and conditions section it says don't change the design, because that's not how that works. And some artists have really toxic terms and conditions for pre-made characters or even characters they design from scratch. Another one you have to watch out for is, once you buy my design, I can take it back whenever I want, or you cannot redesign the character at all, or I will take it back as well. Yeah, that's not how that works. That's you just saying, oh, I'm gonna retake your character back if you do something I don't like, or hey, if I feel like it, and resell it again. Which means you scam people. What I think is funny is this is usually followed by the artist saying, you can never buy another character from them again if you break these fantasy rules. Bro, have you heard of having friends? You could just get someone else to buy it for you, or take the easy route and use an alternate account. I think a lot of these issues come from something that we all struggle with in our own ways. Communication. Whether that be the person isn't familiar with the community you're trying to get art for, or they don't understand how payment methods work, or think that $20 equals £20 and €20, which is a big one that I've found out. Communication is just where commissioning people really sucks. You can be crystal clear to the person, and they might just not understand or not care enough. They just want the money. And that really sucks because not all artists are like that. Like I stated at the card at the beginning of this video, most of the time commissioning artists is fine. I'm drifting further and further away from commissioning artists to draw my characters as I feel like I know them better. I can do what I want better than someone else. But I wish that wasn't the case. From now on, I want to focus on commissioning artists who can draw things that I struggle with, such as humans, or buying pre-made characters that I love the design of already or want to build upon, whether they fit into my story or not. I just want this video to stand as a statement for customers and artists alike to use as reference. Don't be ignorant, just please. This is also the reason why I don't offer custom characters to people, and when I do, it's on line art that's already been made. I don't want to damage the ideas that other people have created. Commissioning people and buying pre-made art is a wonderful thing, especially if that's their job. You're helping funding their life. Or alternatively, it might be for charity. That's so cool, I want to start doing that. But be aware of scumbags and pretentious twats out there. Every community has them, and hell, even customers, people who want to commission you, can be just as horrible and ignorant with communication, or even try to scam you, the artist. I feel like this is a universal thing across all the art communities online, whether that be 3D modelling, animation, or character design. And if you've commissioned multiple people in the past, you probably are already aware of what these red flags are, but if you haven't, this video's for you. But it still stands. Why should we have to run background checks and babysit artists or our customers? I also recommend, if you find yourself in a situation where you've paid and you don't like how the artist is treating you or your characters, please just try and get a refund, or if you've not paid yet, just exit the conversation. Commissioning art is just weird, and the internet's a strange, strange place. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next week. Hey guy, I know this is kind of weird, but if anyone knows a good robot artist who can draw robot body pillows, please hit me up, please. I'll pay anything. I'll send feet pics. I don't care. I'll do anything.